Hi team, okay, ready. So we're going to crack on with our day 9. Now today, we're going to have a shake up as always, so let's start moving straight away. Let's get straight into it. But we're going to work on some single leg work. Now, the bonus of single leg work is it means you've got to focus on your balance. Now, I've been cracking on about this stability, the importance of stability from day 1. If you can't stand on one leg, you're not going to trust your body. So we need to work on this balance. A lot of the training programs you're going to be doing, you're going to be standing on one leg, even if it's just for a moment of time. If you're doing lunges, you're doing any kind of running, any kind of stability work, you've got to be comfortable on that one leg. Okay, little twist, shake it loose. So this doesn't mean, guys, I need you to be standing on one leg for long periods of time, but it's just getting and firing to that position on the one leg. So we're going to be doing what I like to do is the sprint positions. Holding in that position on one leg, getting down into sprinter lunges, back up into sprinter positions. Now that doesn't mean you're going to be sprinting, big arms round. You're not actually going to be sprinting. You just learn that running position, right? That running position. I know a lot of people aren't into running. If you're into running, you're probably already running, right? Knees up, jog his knees through. Now we're working his knees through. So I'm not trying to make you into a runner lover, right? You don't have to be a running lover. But I do want you to be comfortable and confident that if you have to run, you can run, arms across. Can you imagine having absolute body confidence if you don't trust yourself to be able to run? Impossible, not gonna happen. Can you imagine having absolute body confidence if you don't trust yourself to be able to stand on one leg? Not possible. Let's chop these legs back and forwards. So if we show to the side, legs going back and forwards, pump, pump, pump. There we go. So I'm going to go through some movement patterns. I do a lot with my Simply Fit team, and I've seen them grow with confidence because of these movements. So we're going to keep it going through all our training programs. Make sure they're always involving that single leg motion. Okay, relax. Okay, relax head, ankles round. Gonna make sure those ankles are switched on. Make sure all those departments are woke up and ready. So ankles round. Always, always, no matter what training you're gonna do, guys, in your future, please promise me you'll always make sure you work on the stability, ankles all up to the head, the whole body. We're gonna do your hips round big circles, roll those hips round. We're gonna go around one way, back around the other way, roll it round, get loose in those hips. There we go, and then we're going to twist across our body, head stays above the hips, reach your arm through, stretch it across. That's it, make sure all the departments are awake. Reach it over the top, stretch over one side, stretch over the other side. There we go, so you should be getting pretty flexible by now, guys. 9 days of doing this, shaking the body up, you're starting to understand how your body works. Okay, roll the shoulders around. Right, first motion we're going to do here, guys, single leg work is just simply raising a leg up. That's all I want to do. Raise the leg up. Now I'm going to challenge you guys, can you get the knee past your hip? That's what we're aiming for. Knee past the hip. As soon as the knee goes past the hip, you're pulling the hip flexors through. So what I'm doing here, you're tilting the pelvis as I bring my knee through here, but I'm trying to do it without leaning my body, right? So I want to just lift my knee up and change, lift the knee up and change, lift the knee up. Now when I'm doing this, guys, now you're going to see the sprinter motion. I'm going to bring up the opposite arm. Now notice the back arm as well. So go. Shoot up the opposite arm. So you go, the palm of the hand goes to the inside of the knee. We don't actually touch it, but you see what I'm talking about. This is the motion you're into. Now you're in that sprint. You see the sprinter position. So if you took a photo of me here, I'm about to go into a sprinting pose. Yeah? You can see it's athletic already. Stand on one leg and in. That's all we're going for, guys. That's all we're going to go to start with. Get the coordination, bring it up and down. Bring it up. Okay, now what we're going to do is, guys, we're going to hold there, but you're going to get there pretty fast. So we're going to shoot the leg up. It's going to be explosive. So from here, I'm just going to shoot up, nice and sharp, and then back down again. Then I'm going to try the other side. Shoot up, sharp, and back down again. Now, because you're putting more speed into it, it's going to make it harder to balance. So you might find yourself wobbling. That's fantastic. If you're wobbling, your body correcting that wobble is all part of the training, right? Shoot up. If I don't ever take myself off balance, my body's never going to learn to rebalance. So we've got to learn to rebalance. If you always stay stable, you're never testing the stabilizers, you're never going to build them up. That's it, last one. One more then, here you go, last one. Bam. Okay, so now the next position we're going to go into here, guys, is my leg is going to shoot back. So from here, my leg's going to shoot back, so you can see like I'm sprinting now, it's more of an action pose, ready? So my leg shoots back, and I'm sprinting here. So I'm bringing the hamstring, curling the heel right up, and my leg shoots back. Now notice here, guys, as my leg shoots back here, I'm going to shoot back, I'm going to bring the arm up, and that's going to pull the hip through. So it's there. And opposites again. So as this leg goes back, this arm shoots through. Now you're going to notice something I'm absolutely doing here. As I shoot my leg back, I'm leaning over the front leg. So I'm having to adjust my body position to create the stability I require. And that's all part of this body confidence, trusting the body, understanding how it works, building those pathways. As I lean the leg back, I need to understand where my body needs to transfer to create that balance. Bam, there it is. So I'm dropping back, shooting through. You can see and hold that position there. You're feeling that you're building the stabilizer around the knee joint as well. Bam, not much pressure, I'm not putting any weight on me here. I'm not sprinting through. I'm not doing repetitive motion, landing heavy on the knees. I'm teaching the knees how to stabilize first. Let's do 2 more. Opposite hand goes up, bam. So I'm in that position there. The lower you get, obviously, the more tension you're going to get on the glutes and the stronger you end up being. But to start with, just focus on getting that balance right. Okay, so let's put the 2 together. So I'm going to be in this position here. And I'm going to shoot up to this position. So let's repeat the same leg. I go back, leg off the floor. I'm going up here, change the arms, and shoot up. Can you see I'm throwing those arms into it? So my arms are stabilizing me, but also because they're moving so strong, they might throw me off a little bit, but they support the motion. Now what I could do to make it easier, I could just bring it up like this. Now if you want to, you can do that. You can just go down and bring it up. What we want to aim to get into, the guys, is become athletic, bam. So we're trusting ourselves to shoot through. And we're going to try the other side. So remember, leg goes back, arm comes up, stabilize or wobbling a little bit, bam, shoot through. Bringing that body, that chest right up. So again, I'm here, I'm in that position, and I'm shooting through. Let's do a few more. Opposite each time. Keeps changing it. Stabilize, and then bam, shoot through. Let's go to the other side. Now this is energizing that body, guys, because it's building trust and excitement into the movements. Down it goes. Lower, and bam, shoot through. Okay, now we're going to do the opposite, right? So I'm going to go from this position here, I'm going to shoot down. Now, be careful of the chin pulling the whole head down. Remember, I always say this, don't look like you're trying to pick a penny up, right? So I'm in this position here, and I'm going to go down, and I'm stabilizing. Single leg, I'm having to hold it. So I'm in this position here, nice and high, opposite hand. As I take the leg back, you can do it slowly, I take the arm up, and then I bring it up. And if you feel super comfortable and confident, try and do it without putting the foot down. But if I can do it fast and strong, pow, pow. So get into position, having to restabilize, all part of the workout. And then when you're comfortable, change to the leg. So start from the sprinter here, dropping down to like a skater sprinter. Back up, standing sprinter, low skater sprinter. Back up and low. Can you see what this leg's doing? So I want you to look at the leg that's on the floor, right? Leg that's on the floor is basically extending. That's all it's doing, it's extending. But it's doing it without the support of the other leg. So when I do squats, I'm extending, but I've got the support of the other leg. So I'm doing the same motion, but this one's driving through, like you would when I walk or I run. I'm running here, one leg's on the floor, one leg isn't on the floor. Pow, shooting through. So you can go from one to the other. One to the other. A major part of this, by the way, is coordination. How many people don't have confidence in their body motions because they don't trust their coordination? Let's build it up. 1 and 2. That's it. We're going to change your size when you feel comfortable. So standing, dropping, standing, dropping, standing and dropping, and relax. Okay, last challenge for your team, right? Last challenge. So we're going to go into our low position, right? Low position. Now I'm going to challenge you to try and actually lower and lift. Lower and lift. It's only slightly, but you're understanding how all your joints work. So I'm going to that low position here, and I'm actually lowering down. Now guys, again, I'm not lowering down my eyes. Notice my eyes are stable. I'm just lowering the hips down and lifting. Lowering and lifting. Then relax and do the other side. So I'm in that sprint position, I'm lowering and lifting. Now you're building up that tension in your leg. Now guys, you don't need to go super low. I'm not asking you to go all the way down here. It's not a single leg squat. Just in that sprint position, and we're showing that you can move in it, yeah, without having to do this with my body. So a few more goes. So I'm in my position I feel comfortable in. I get ready, and then lower. Make sure the knees aren't pulling in. I want to push the knee out. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Okay, your next challenge, guys, is a standing position here, and I'm going to challenge you to take the knee out and back again. So it's hip mobility. I'm in my sprinter position, and I'm going to pull my knee out the side and back. Do a couple if you can, and then back. So I'm challenging that stability. Remember guys, if you can do it, find a way to make it harder. Because if you're not challenging yourself, you're not progressing yourself. And think about it, how am I going to build up my balance if I always stay balanced? I want to challenge that balance. If I'm not losing stability, I'm not gaining stability. You got to think about that, guys. And knee goes out, and what I'm doing here is I'm opening the hip flexors out, opening the leg out, making sure I've got as much flexibility as possible, but strength. It's not all about stretching, sometimes about coordination and strength in the joints. Hold in position, open the leg up, close it up. Let's do one more this side. Strength position, open up, close up, and shake it out. Shake it out, there's butts. So we're going to put all that together, ready for the last drill, all that together. So we're going to go down into a low sprint, lower, lift, shoot to a high sprint, open, close, change legs. Down into a low sprint from here, down to a low sprint, lower lift, up into high sprint, open, close. And let's do a few goes in your own time if you want to, team. So I'm going down, low, lift, dropping the body, lifting the body, shooting the knee through, open and close. Single leg motion, that's all we're going for, balance. Down one, opposites, lower and lift, up one, open and close. Let's do a few more, here we go. Down, shoot one, lower and lift, up one, body tall, open and lift. Your confidence, hopefully guys, is raising as you do this. And what'll happen is, as your confidence raises, you'll start challenging it further. And your balance will start wobbling more. It doesn't mean you're getting worse at balance, it means you're trying to test the boundaries more, yeah? And that's what we want, test those boundaries a little bit more. Don't worry about the wobble, guys. The lesson is learned in the wobble. If you're not wobbling, you're not trying to challenge it. The lesson is in the wobble, right? If you're still, you're not gaining anything from this apart from learning what you can already do. Let's learn what you can learn now. One more, here we go, one more. Shoot back, one. Lift it up, open it, and shake it out. Okay, flick those heels in, loose those glutes off. Fantastic work, guys. So you're ready for your day now, and hopefully you're starting to realise, if nothing more, the importance of balance for your next training program. Because at the end of this, I want people taking their goals on, and the importance of balance. If you don't have balance, you're going to have major restrictions in your next training goals. So before creating those goals of what you want to achieve, create the skills you need to achieve those goals. Let's go.